but nobody as good as Zlatan Ibrahimović. He's the best. But I worked with him when he was a little bit older. I think you have to change the system a little bit. For me, after being injured 1 year before that, it was a huge accomplishment, and to take Olympic medal to my country. I can say about Zlatan Ibrahimović that he is very, very well coordinated, but you have to do the work. Nobody is going to do the work for you. Very fantastic, nice people, and I haven't had the time to walk around so much, but what I've been seeing so far, very nice nature, and I like the heat because in my country it's cold also. So, but and very nice people, yeah. I think if you have certain sport that you are very good in here in India, but to make that range a little bit wider, to take medals in more sports, I think you have to change the system a little bit, how you work, like in the clubs or academies or schools. You need to, have a system when everything is working together, so the kids have the chance to train. Because if you want to become really, really good, you need good coaches, good system, but you also need a lot of sessions. I mean, if you have a 12-year-old kid that wants to become the Olympic champion, maybe he needs to train 7-8 times every week. And you must have the schools and the clubs, or your system must work together, so you have the time. I think you have the facilities. I don't think that is the problem. I think more the skills of the coaches, the culture, the culture of how you train, and also, like I said, that you must make this model work together. Yeah. Maybe it can be also a little bit, but I think, like I said, if you have a better base, you will have 10 good wrestlers that's almost on the same level. They will be very compatible, and then 1 or 2 of them will be very prepared mentally, the best ones. But now your system is a little bit weak down here, so you get only 1 or 2, and then, yeah, like you said, maybe they are not so strong mentally because. So I think you have to always look at your system down here. That's why I was speaking about the grassroots level. How can you make the system, if you speak about elite, making Olympic champions or making a soccer football team that take a medal in the World Cup? You have to start looking at your system down in the base. How you work with your kids, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, I learned everything about life. Wrestling is like you go into the mat, you are alone, you cannot rely on anybody, you have to rely on yourself. That gives you respect for yourself. You understand that you need to train hard if you want to become something. If I want to become a good computer engineer or a lawyer, I have to work hard. If I want to become a wrestler or badminton player, I need to work hard. So you learn that. You learn also the respect for your opponent, because he's been working as hard as you, or almost as hard as you. So yeah, I learned so much from wrestling, and I saw the world, I traveled, meet new friends. Of course, I had all in my body. I have around 16, 17 surgeries. I have many problems, but if you look on if you look on how you train a wrestler, they are developing a coordination. You know how to fall without getting hurt. You know how to make all this movement. So this is what I'm working with now on soccer players, because you get good coordination. You can do saltos, everything. So we don't get so much injured because we are flexible, we are strong, we have a good coordination. So if the sport it's a very hard sport, but if it was not well prepared and well trained, we should have a lot of injuries. But we don't have so much injuries because we do, from we are small, all this gymnastic, different exercises. So yeah, I had some injuries, like I said, but not so bad. Yeah, in London, like I said, I have many medals from World Championships, World Cup. I was ranked #1 in the world, but in Olympics, I was injured like 2 years before, and I didn't think I could compete in London. So when I was there, I was not well prepared, but anyhow, I win to the semi-final. I lost the semi-final, but then I came back and win the bronze medal. So for me, after being injured 1 year before that, it was a huge accomplishment, and to take Olympic medal to my country, it was fantastic. I was so happy, I cried, and yeah, it's the biggest thing in wrestling, Olympic games, so yeah. Yeah, I think that, like I said, you have a lot of venues, you have a lot of competence when it comes to the coaches, but I think maybe you can bring in a little bit from other countries also, not push out your own coaches, but bring in a little bit knowledge from outside and mix it with your knowledge. And if that could start in Kerala, I think, like I said on my speech also, I think that's how you can develop like your system from what it is now till something better. Because if we should be honest with each other, a country like India that has so big population and so many kids that really want something, I think you have more potential. You have more potential to take more medals in Olympics, to have a better soccer team in the World Cup. Then you have to look on your system. Something is not really good, so take maybe my help, other coaches' help, and we can help you and twist a little bit, and we can start here in Kerala. Yeah. Yeah, first of all, I should say that I worked mostly with younger kids, and I developed many kids that we sold to La Liga, but nobody as good as Zlatan Ibrahimović. He's the best. But I worked with him when he was a little bit older, because he came back to Sweden and he had some problems, but he wanted to continue, and I helped him to strengthen up the body again. So it's not my work. I only worked with him for a short period. But I can say about Zlatan Ibrahimović that he is very, very well coordinated, a big body. It's hard to get a big body coordinated, but that's one of his fundamentals that made him such a successful soccer player. He's very coordinated. Have you seen him, how he moves, how he can kick, you know. And this training, he started when he was younger. He did a little bit wrestling training, he did taekwondo training, he did, of course, a lot of soccer training. So this is one of his tools that made him so good. Because if you're a short player, it's a little bit easier to be coordinated. But if you're a big player, it's harder. But if you can get coordinated when you're big, that would be a huge advantage. And Zlatan is a good character, a good friend of mine. He's working hard also. Everything he achieved, it didn't come for free. He worked hard. You have to look down, like we said now many times, down to your system. Because to forming 11 players that can have the top level that can play in the World Cup, you have to start looking what you do with your kids, because why don't you have those players today? Something is a little bit wrong in the system, and you have to look down. And there's where I said how you work with them when it comes to the physical side. My knowledge, like I do one thing that I call complete training. It's based from wrestling, from gymnastics, mostly a little bit track and field and life genetic. I mixed it together, and we worked with our kids in the academy from their age of 6, 7. We start with complete training together with football. So we have those two things coming together, a very successful model. So now we have produced many good players. I think you have to do something like this, bring in new coaches or somebody that can educate coaches and change a little bit the training philosophy. Otherwise, I don't know about the venues. I don't know so much about Kerala, but I think you have venues. But also important to have soccer fields, of course. If you don't have the soccer fields, they don't have anywhere to train. So that's also one thing you have to look at. But I think mainly go down, have a little bit patience. Don't think like, oh, we're going to be top 5 next World Cup. Think maybe World Cup in 15, 20 years from now, and you start with the kids. Then I think you can do something great. But everybody wants a quick fix. They think, we take Mourinho, he's going to be the coach of Indian team, we're going to win the... No. You have to start down, how you develop the kids to really professional athletes, football players. Yeah, of course. One thing is that you're always responsible for your own development. You can do what your team do, but if you really want to become a champion, you have to do something extra. You have to look what really I have to do. You have to be smart and take help from people around you, but you have to do the work. Nobody is going to do the work for you. So yeah, that's my mainly advice to the children.